Hey, what's up guys? Krypt and I back with another video, and I was reading the comments in the last video as always, and yeah, obviously there were some things I didn't talk about because there's just so many things that happened in the off season. So I figured I'd make another quick video, really short, and just talk about some of the other major moves that I might have missed out on in the last video. Everyone wanted me to comment on a bunch of things, so yeah, so let's start with Ilya Kovalchuk. Wow, so up out of nowhere, I should say, he decides to go back to Russia, playing the KHL, pretty much retire from the NHL, walking away from his contract. People are thinking he's crazy, but yeah, he's going to make way more money in the KHL. But obviously, he said family reasons, and you know what, that's understandable. He's Russian, and he's from Russia. Imagine if it was a Canadian playing in the KHL deciding to go home to the NHL and live in Canada or whatever. I mean, I think we'd all understand that, or American, or whatever, Swede, whatever it is. Kovalchuk's actually one of my favorite Russian players ever, actually. I mean, he's not soft at all. He's had a bunch of fights in his career, so usually you get the impression from, like, media and stuff like that, the Russians, they're all skill, no toughness, no grit. But yeah, Kovalchuk definitely does not fit that build. I mean, he has a bunch of PIMs in his career, and he backs it up. He fights if he doesn't like what he's seeing. And that one time he took on Sean Avery. That was great. That was great. Pretty much told him he didn't appreciate the tactics Sean Avery was doing. So that's just some memories. And obviously he's a great player, one of the best in the NHL. I really think that if he wasn't on New Jersey, and this is no offense to New Jersey fans or anything, but this is just the way they play. I mean, he didn't score as many goals in New Jersey as he did in Atlanta, and that's kind of because of the system. I mean, obviously, New Jersey plays a kind of trap defensive system, not as much as they did in the '90s, but they're still one of the lowest scoring goal scoring teams in the league, perennially. So, and that's again nothing against New Jersey. That's just the way they play. Not saying it's a bad way to play, but yeah, that's just the way New Jersey plays. So yeah, I definitely think he would have had more goals recently if he played on a different team, but you know what, that's fine. I'm going to miss seeing Kovalchuk. I mean, he's great. He was great for the NHL. I mean, obviously you want all the best players to play in the league. That way, the more competitive is, the better. But anyways, yeah, good luck to him. I'm sure we'll see him this year anyways at the Olympics, which just got confirmed that NHL players were going to, and obviously KHL players can do whatever the hell they want. So yeah, we'll definitely see Kovalchuk at the Olympics. And you know what? That should be fun. And you know what? Might as well stay with the theme of the Devils. They traded for Cory Schneider, and this looked like a great move at the draft for New Jersey. I mean, getting a Cory Schneider for essentially just a first-round draft pick is a steal, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know what Vancouver was thinking. I mean, I'm sure if Mike Gillis really wanted to, he could have got much more for Cory Schneider. I mean, I'd say Luongo could go for a first-round pick, and honestly, Schneider's probably worth a lot more than Luongo is, simply because of his contract, his age, and his upside. I mean, Luongo's great. I've honestly believed that Vancouver should have traded Schneider the whole time, but for something better than just a first-round pick. Yeah, you got Bo Horvat from the London Knights, I believe, who's going to be a good player in the NHL, but you know what? For Cory Schneider, straight up, I don't know if that's worth it. I think Cory Schneider's probably going to be an elite goalie, if he's not already. He's definitely going to be an elite goalie in the NHL. So I don't know, just a first-round pick for an elite goalie. It's great for New Jersey. I think Vancouver could have done better, but you know what? They got to move on. Hopefully, Luongo still plays for them. Luongo will probably be one of the goalies at least at the Olympics. I'd say he earns the starter spot, unless someone starts off the season really great. And then they're kind of their hands forced, which is always good too, because like I said earlier, it's all about competition. Let's see here. So yeah, but now looking at it from the Devils side, I mean they're kind of in flux. I mean it would have been. I mean it's very easy to say they're not going to be as good a team without Kovalchuk, but they did add some pieces in. Let's see, they re-signed Eliash. They got Ryan Clough. What's the guy's name from Montreal? Michael Ryder, who should have a good season, maybe 30 goals again. But you know what? their power play is definitely going to suffer a lot without Kovalchuk. And yeah, I don't know, it almost seems like kind of a waste to get, you know, such a good goalie. But you know, honestly, it's a great move for New Jersey. I mean, even if they're rebuilding, Schneider's the guy to do it around. Bruder's only going to play max 2 years, I'd say, but you know, who knows. So yeah, definitely a good trade for New Jersey. It sucks that you lose Kovalchuk, but you got a franchise goalie like Cory Schneider, so good for you guys. Vancouver, I mean, you got Bo Horvat and I think Hunter Shinkaruk in the first round. Those are two great prospects. You lose Cory Schneider, and well, who knows, maybe it'll work out for you. The other major thing that happened, Tyler Seguin, holy moly, gets traded to what's called the new look Dallas Stars. They got their nice bright green jerseys, which look great. Yeah, and he's going to be their franchise center, #1 center, finally going to play center. Didn't really get the chance to play center in Boston behind guys like Krypt and Bergeron, and you're not going to overtake them, I'm sorry. But yeah, great trade. I think it's a good trade for both teams. I mean, Boston gets Louis Eriksson, and I think two at least NHL ready prospects that played in the NHL last year, and then I think another prospect that's probably going to be in the minors. Yeah, Joe Morrow, who's probably going to be in the minors. But yeah, the two prospects played in the NHL last year, and they did decent, right? So, and I'm a big Louis Eriksson fan. I mean, I think he's one of the most underrated players in the game because he played on Dallas all these years. So, when he played with good players like, you know, Brad Richards and Jamie Benn, he had great seasons, like 70+ points. So yeah, we'll see what he can do playing alongside either Krejci or Bergeron in Boston. So yeah, good trade for Boston. I mean, Seguin was never going to really play center, and you know, behind Bergeron and Krejci, so they kind of had to trade him, unless you know, they want to stick him on wing for the rest of his career, which I'm pretty sure Seguin wouldn't want to do either. So yeah, great. So Dallas's top line looking pretty good right now. I mean, you got Tyler Seguin, Jamie Benn, and probably a guy like, I don't know, either Eric Cole or Ray Whitney. So yeah, that could be a line to be reckoned with. Good for Dallas. They also got Sean Horkoff from Edmonton. So yeah, I love seeing these big trades. I mean, like Schneider for that first rounder kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, everyone was saying, "Oh, Luongo," and then Seguin getting traded. I mean, that's a big trade. Two huge trades that happened. So yeah, so I know I'm probably missing something else big that happened, but I'm pretty sure these are really the only major things that I missed in that last video. Nothing crazy's happened so far. Yeah, I did read a rumor. Someone on Twitter said some agent or something source said that he was 99% sure that Jaromir Jagr was going to sign with the Devils. I mean, how about that? That'd be crazy. It shows that the Devils really don't want to have a low draft pick this year, since they have to give it up. I mean, that'd be interesting. I mean, Jaromir Jagr on a line with Elias and Travis Zajac, that'd be a pretty good line. Elias, he's another really underrated player that I really like. Yeah, so Jersey, I know a lot of people saying you guys are going to tank next year, but you know what? I don't really see them making the playoffs, but they definitely, if they did, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, nothing New Jersey does ever surprises me. I mean, you think they're out, and then they just make the Stanley Cup Finals all of a sudden. I mean, but yeah, hopefully it's a competitive season for them. And another thing, the new divisions, I guess they were announced a little while ago, but the schedule came out yesterday, so that was very exciting news. It's always fun to look at key dates. Seeing when all, you know, former players are going back home to their former teams. Definitely going to be fun. And what's up with the names of the division? It's they were making a kind of a fuss about this, but it's like the Central Division, Atlantic Division, Pacific Division, and then the Metropolitan Division. I mean, what the heck? Where did that come from? Anyways, yeah, that definitely a weird name. Can't wait for September either when the new NHL comes out. I mean, they keep releasing new videos of gameplay and stuff. Honestly, it doesn't look too different, but, you know, obviously they tweaked a bunch of things. I think it's going to be great. I can't wait for NHL 14. NHL 94, yeah, everyone's making a big fuss about how it's offline only, like the Winter Classic. My thoughts exactly. I mean, I think I played the Winter Classic like twice throughout NHL 13's lifespan, so I kind of see the same things coming for NHL 94 mode in the new game. But yeah, the new Be a Pro should be fun. ESHL, as always. Oh, and I almost forgot. Jerome Iginla goes to the Boston Bruins. I mean, what do you guys think of that? I mean, honestly, Jerome Iginla was like one of the most talked about guys in the NHL last year. You know, was he going to be traded? Who is he going to be traded for? And then when he finally got dealt to Pittsburgh after turning down Boston, I mean, all the talk in the media was out about Iginla. how good he's going to be with Crosby, Malkin, you know, all those guys, how good he's going to be on Pittsburgh. He did decently, but, you know, now, I mean, barely anyone is talking about Jarome Iginla. I mean, he's kind of like yesterday's news, thing of the past. I mean, I think he's gonna swing some heads in Boston. He's gonna play on the line, probably with Krejci and Lucic. You know, kind of just a direct replacement for Nathan Horton. Honestly, he's not getting a lot of love. I mean, a lot of people saying he's overpaid now. When just last year, everyone was hyping over how good he's gonna be on Pittsburgh. But yeah, what do you guys think of Jarome Iginla signing in Boston? I mean, Boston Bruin fans, how do you think about that? I mean, he snubbed your team, and now you guys were probably the only team that was going to pay him to play this year. So, what do you guys think of Jarome Iginla? Pittsburgh fans, what do you guys think of Iginla going to Boston? Oh, and another thing, I just have to get this off my chest, but one of the top comments in my last video said, I think Horton is better than Clarkson, and Horton was cheaper. First of all, you're right, Horton is probably a much better player than Clarkson, but Horton does have injury problems. And second of all, I don't know where you read that Horton was cheaper, because Clarkson signed for less money than Horton did. So, yeah. That's the end of that, and leave me some more comments. Take it easy, guys. Peace.